Hi, today in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to create a dramatic black and white image. For this purpose I'm going to use a portrait image that was resourced off of sxc.hu, which is a royalty-free image site. So the first thing I'm going to do is convert my image into black and white by using a gradient map. So I'm going to click to add a gradient map, and I want to change the filter to make sure it's black and white. And it will state here in the name black and white, but also in the panel it will go from black to white, so just make sure you do select the right one. Once you've done that, click OK. The next thing you need to do is add a curves layer, and you'll see it will add within this panel. And on the curves panel, if you just select a pointer, it doesn't really matter where you put the pointer at this point in time. And on the output, if you change this to 65, and the input if you change this to 80. Then you need to add another pointer, and this time on the input change this to 160, and on the output 170. Once you've done that, you need to change the opacity to around 70%. You can see that. Once you've done this, if you add a new layer, and you do this by clicking the folded down page on the bottom here, and you can see it's added a new layer. Next you go to image, apply image, and you don't need to make any changes within this, you just need to press OK. Once you've done that, if you click on filter, sharpen, and smart sharpen, and once you get to this section, I'm going to keep this to this 20% and 7 pixels, but you can change it if you like to. And what it does with the smart sharpen, Photoshop will automatically sharpen facial features or areas within your image automatically. It's quite a sophisticated piece of software in that sense. So I'm going to keep my percentage to 20% and my radius to 7 pixels. And once you've done that and adjusted it, if you click OK. The next thing you want to do is duplicate this layer, and you can either right click and duplicate the layer, or alternatively you can click on the layer and drag it down to the folded page icon at the bottom, and you can see it will create two of the same layer. So on the layer 1 copy you want to go again to filter, sharpen, however this time go on to sharpen more. And you can see here it's sharpened more, just a slight subtle sharpen. Once you've done this, you then want to go on to reduce the opacity to around 25% so it's not so harsh. So you can see there on the opacity. The next thing you want to do is add an exposure layer, so it's the plus and the minus sign just up here. The exposure, you want to make it up to about 0.10, so you can just change that slightly. The offset you want to keep as normal, and the gamma you want to change this to 0.90. Once you've done that, if you click on the CTRL key on your keyboard or Command key and hold that down, and with your mouse if you click on all of your layers, as I'm doing, and if you right click and press merge layers, it might take a couple of seconds, but you can see it's merged into one layer. And that is how you can create a dramatic black and white image. Thank you for watching this video.